Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to your Messages from Heaven reading. In this reading, we are going to channel personal messages from your loved ones who have passed on, and we're also going to bring forth guidance for whatever's going on in your life right now. So this reading is timeless, so when you are led to it is when it will be most relevant to you. All right, so we're going to start by pulling some personal messages from your loved ones to you, and we'll also tap in to the strongest energies of your loved ones that are coming through, and then we'll go into the guidance about your life right now. So let's see what your loved ones have to say, Scorpio. Belief. The more you believe in yourself, the more my belief in you can join your manifestations. I have a little magic to bless your journey. The more you believe in yourself, the more I can sprinkle the magic into your journey. So, Scorpio, it is time to really believe in yourself in some area of your life. It could be self-esteem in relationships. It could be believing in your natural talents and abilities, believing in your intuition. It's going to be different for all of you, but it's time to believe in yourself. Next out is summer. There is something special or significant about summertime or the months. So the summertime, if you are in the northern hemisphere, that's going to be the months June, July, August. If you're in this did I say northern hemisphere, June, July, August, southern hemisphere, December, January, or February. Okay, so with the summer months being acknowledged, this could indicate that this was, your loved one's birthday months. There's something really special and significant about summer months of past or the summer months that are up ahead. Okay, there is just an acknowledgement of summer coming through, and then the months that correlate to summer, and they're different just depending on where you live in the world. So there is that. Next out is anger. Being angry, frustrated, or vengeful is a waste of your energy. I will always help to soothe your emotions when you feel out of balance. Just call upon me. So, Scorpio, your loved ones are saying there is no person or situation that is worth pushing your buttons or triggering you to the point of, a lot of anger. And this can be variations of anger, just depending. Some of you, this could be outright just exploding and losing your temper. Some of you, this could be where a lot of people around you are frustrating you and irritating you, so it's throwing your vibration off. All right, it's different for each of you, the level in which this energy is playing out in your life. But your loved ones are saying anger is never worth the cost to you energetically, the way it makes you feel while it's playing out, as well as the karmic return of that vibration of energy that you put out to the universe. Because remember, the universe doesn't speak through words. The universe speaks through vibration. And so there's a piece of the universe that is focused just on you, and whatever your vibration is doing at any time. It's not about good, bad, right, wrong, none of that. It's all about the frequency, the vibration in which you are and you're putting out. And that is what the universe is going to align you to. So you could have very good reason to be in this vibration of anger. But your loved ones are saying it's not about whether you have the right to feel that way or not. You absolutely do. However, in this vibration of energy, of emotional energy, it is very miserable for you. And that frequency you put out to the universe, it calls back energy that you don't want to really deal with. So those of you that have been putting up with a lot of situations that frustrate you and anger you for the sake of, preserving relationships or doing the right thing, it's really time for you to stand up for yourself and put boundaries where they need to be in place. And people that, you're just like, nothing but friction, it may be time to kind of distance yourself from that connection and, really introspect about that connection and why it's triggering you to the capacity in which it is. So there's an acknowledgement of different emotions that get out of balance within you, and your loved ones calling your attention to that, saying work on this, and it will really help balance out your energy in general. And remember, nobody's worth the karma of this energy. Nobody. Oh no. Now look at this red carpet. Just as I would in life, I'm about to call you out from the other side. You know better than what you are doing. I'm rolling the red carpet out so you can step up. You deserve better than what you are choosing for yourself. Okay, so this pairs very strongly with this card. Scorpio, there is a relationship or a situation or multiple relationships and situations in your life that are toxic, are friction, aren't in your highest good, that perpetually have the same outcome. You feel like you're beating your head against a wall. You may not be honored or respected. You may be taken advantage of, okay? It's different for all of you, but you can't continue to participate in that. You deserve better for yourself. And some of you, this red carpet could have nothing to do with this anger. It could be different choices and behaviors that you are displaying in your life that are not in your highest good. And your loved ones coming through and saying, Scorpio, what are you doing? And this loved one in life would have been that, like, hey, what's up, Scorpio? What are you thinking? You think I don't know what you're doing and where you're headed? That's what this is, the energy of this card. And your loved ones are like, hey, you know better than this. And this is like no confusion. And again, the degree in which this plays out in your life is going to be different for all of you. Some of you, this could be just really falling into negative, pessimistic thoughts about yourself and your life. We move back here to you've got to believe in yourself, okay? Also, you've got to allow the healing. Some of you, it may be time to forgive and forget and let the past go. The summer, the sun, allow the healing to come in. Some of you have some bad habits or bad behavior that is not good for you, and your loved ones are calling you out on that. Some of you, this is relationships that are not good for you, that take advantage of you, that are toxic. Your loved ones calling you out on that. So, and now we have, what hurt and harmed me in life no longer affects me. I have healed and returned to the vibration of unconditional love. So Scorpio, your loved ones who have transitioned, regardless of what they went through in this life journey, the pain, the heartache, the sadness, whatever it was, that is no longer a part of who they are. They have returned to unconditional love, and they don't want you to worry, to be sad, to be haunted. They're okay, and they're satisfied with the life that they had, and now they really want to help you on your journey. And for some of you, for you to not make the same mistakes that they did, okay? So the strongest energies that are coming through, now there's a lot of people here, okay? But I'm going to tap into the 3 strongest just because it's hard for me to stay grounded going beyond 3. And the first one that I'm feeling is a feminine energy, and this is like a feminine that is like a sister, a friend, a cousin. She could have even been a romance, okay? This is not somebody who is your mother or your grandmother or your aunt. She could have, been 40, 50, 60, but she's not your mother or your aunt or your grandma. I know that. She's younger. She's like a sister, a friend, a cousin, or like a romantic partner for some of you. And her energy is very bubbly, and she comes to here. And you know what? Okay, so she may have participated in a lot of self-sabotaging behavior, toxic connections, toxic choices. And so she's saying, don't make the same mistakes I made. Allow yourself to be healed in the life journey. Don't wait until you transition for all of that to be healed, for you to evolve, to overcome it. You can do it this lifetime. I'm going to help you with that. I want you to evolve and achieve what I could not. The things that broke me down, I don't want them to break you down, okay? So this feminine energy, very bubbly, very chatty, and wanting to protect you and have you make choices opposite of what she did, okay? The next strongest energy that I'm feeling is this personality that is just larger than life. Like, scoot aside, everybody. Scoot aside. I am here. I am here. Here we speak. And this could be male or female. I'm not really getting a sense of gender. I'm just getting a sense of the fullness of them and who they are. Very loud, very funny, very blunt, this person. But they could bluntly state the truth, but somehow like make it into a joke or soften the blow. It's hard for me to explain this. They're just very straightforward, but it doesn't offend people. Whereas like you or me, if we said the exact same thing that they said to somebody, we just wouldn't have the right delivery or personality or spunk or something where it might offend other people. Whereas this person, just who they were, their energy, they could say a lot of different things. They could call people out, and it's like their delivery of it made it easier to be received. But they were definitely the life of the party. I get that they really felt that they were quite attractive in life, okay? Acknowledging that I was hot, okay, yes. Very attractive. This person, their physical avatar, their personality, just as attractive. And okay, they had a good heart, but they're saying I was dishonest sometimes. So there was some dishonesty around this person, and they want to apologize for that. But I feel like that was more minimal. They were a bigger heart, but there was some shadow, some darkness between the two of you, and they're acknowledging that and apologizing for that, Scorpio. Okay, and lastly is another really strong feminine energy. And this is somebody who was giving to the point of like their own detriment. They could have volunteered their time. Everybody who knew them knows that they could count on this person for whatever they need. Advice, money, a place to stay, a hot plate, anything like that. This person just was a endless well of giving, and not just to like their family and friends, to everybody. And this person went to church, okay? They were very connected into a church. I do feel that, and participated a lot in church events. It could have even like had a position within the church. And I feel they were older, okay, like an older energy. But this is somebody who absolutely lived their life in service of others, did spirit's work, okay? And there's a lot that they missed out on and that they could have had, but they, like, really, there's a lot of self-sacrificing with this person, and that may kind of eat you up and bother you. Like, you wished that they had had more joy and happiness for themselves and acquired more for themselves, but they don't want you to worry about that, okay? Because this life was meant to be a life of service for spirit, and they achieved a lot of evolution. And you know what, that could have also confused you, because they were so religious, like so in the church. I feel the way they transitioned was kind of sad or painful, or like, are you kidding me? How could such a good person, you know, go through that or transition that way? And again, she's like, you know what? I lived my life in service, exactly as my soul contract was meant, my blueprint for this life journey. And don't hurt for the way that I transitioned or what you feel I missed out on in this lifetime. because it was all part of my plan for my soul and my evolution, and I achieved everything that I intended to. Okay, so there is this really beautiful giving soul that feels quite feminine to me. So let's get into the messages of guidance about your life and what's going on with it. And this could go a month leading up to when you view this reading, as well as a month out from when you view this reading. Okay, so we have intentions behind the mask, or behind a mask. Scorpio, this goes back to this energy that we've already discussed, where some of you are choosing things, you know it's not good for you, you're not, you know, speaking your truth, you're holding your tongue, you're trying to preserve, you're not wanting to rock the boat, and it's time that you put your foot down and do what's best for you, okay? And also see the true intention in others. You feel it intuitively. Don't turn away from it. Do not turn away from those red flags, okay? Because as a Scorpio, you can't get away from your intuition even if you try. You just can't, okay? It's part of your makeup. It's part of your blueprint incarnating under the Scorpio energy. So you are meant to sense out and feel people the way you do. And, you know, you can use that to your advantage to protect yourself, okay? But also, it's time for you to put your foot down in some areas of your life, or change some patterns of behavior. Next is people, the loving woman. Nice. So Scorpio, there is a connection in your life, or is about to enter your life, or maybe just entered your life, and this is a very beautiful soul, okay? This is a loving soul, whether it is male or female. This is somebody who you can count on, and you know, this is the person that you want to be authentic with, that you can be true with. And so if you have to walk your path alone, or you have to distance yourself from a lot of people, trust that, Scorpio, because you have a beautiful connection coming in right here with the loving woman. And now we have consciousness, deserving. Look at that. So belief and consciousness, one in one, hand in hand. You deserve, Scorpio, no matter what you've done, no matter the path that you have walked. You are just as deserving of love, kindness, abundance, happiness, and security and support as anybody else, okay? This life is just one of many. This is, you know, you're just wearing a costume. You don't know the evolution of your soul. You don't know the saint you've been in lifetimes before, okay? And you can't judge yourself and your worth and your value based upon the different experiences that you've had, all right? And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but the truth is, we are shaped in childhood, and you know, a lot of negative experiences unfortunately influence us and give us insecurities. Nobody's born you know, in their heart and in their soul thinking they're stupid, a waste, ugly, not attractive, all of that. You're not born with those thoughts and those insecurities. They're put inside of you by others, okay, or by societal norms on what is beautiful, what is acceptable, what is not. And just remember, you were not born with any of that programming, and therefore you've got to know those are not the truths of you. And every single person on this planet, I don't care how spiritual, how wise, how evolved they are, every single person has lied, has hurt somebody, has cheated, has, you know, not been totally honest. Every single person. And so you cannot beat yourself up for mistakes of the past. You cannot beat up others for who and what they are. Okay? If somebody is just like horrible, hard to deal with, mean, nasty, if you cannot tolerate that and you cannot accept that person, Scorpio, it's time to walk away. You can change nobody. You can only change yourself. And if you can't accept somebody for who and what they are because of their bad behavior and their constant irritating you, frustrating you, hurting you, those are your red flags that you're not compatible and you need to walk away, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a romantic person in your life. That constant friction is your sign, is your red flag that you're not compatible, and you've got to walk away. Fighting, yelling, calling them out, putting them down is never going to change who they are. You know, that would never change who you are. Remember that. Okay? So those people where you want to beat your head against the wall or they're constantly causing you emotional pain, unless they're your kids who are still in the house, you know, and they're growing, and you could, I mean, that's a whole different thing, right? Anybody else though, Scorpio, it may be time to step back and reassess and give yourself some time to heal and balance your energies, and then you will see that you feel quite differently about this relationship, and you'll realize how much it was putting you through. Okay, you are deserving of love, and you have to love yourself and know your worth and your value before anybody else can truly see it, because the average person is going to connect and relate to you based on your energy and your projection that you give off about yourself. And your projection is everything that's going on in your subconscious mind. Okay, that's how when you come across somebody and you know they seem genuine enough but something feels off, like there's a disconnect, it's because you're picking up their energy, their projection from their subconscious mind, and it is in conflict with what they're saying, you know, what's coming out of their mouth. And that's why you're like, okay, yeah, something's off there. And it's only a very evolved being that's gonna see you for your divinity within and not the projection that you're putting out there, Scorpio, and treat you according to their evolution, not where you're vibrating. Most people are going to treat you and interact with you where you're vibrating, all right? That's all of us, really. And so for you, you've got to not personalize, because the more that you think that you are less, you don't deserve, nobody's ever going to love you, all these things, the more your reality is going to make you feel right, confirm that for you. And Scorpio, I could tell you from personal experience about that. You know, I went through, you know, all of my 20s and the first few years of my 30s, really believing in myself, and, you know, not having, like, you know, everybody has insecurities, but I believed I was worthy of love and I was a good catch. And then I had a really bad relationship, and by the end of that relationship, I believed I was absolutely nothing and didn't deserve love, and I wasn't lovable and all those things. And I'll tell you what, for years after that, I couldn't connect romantically with anybody. It would just be like they didn't treat me like I had any value, and that's because I didn't treat me like I had any value. I didn't see me as having any value because of the way I was treated in that relationship and how I lost that relationship. And I changed all that, and now life is much different in the romantic department, Scorpio. So you've got to know that you are worth it and that you are lovable, and you've got to be able to look in the mirror and tell yourself with conviction, with the same depth of emotion you would tell somebody you truly, truly love. I love you, Scorpio. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You deserve the best. You are a good catch. And you know what? Anything about yourself that you do need to change, you do need to improve, it's going to come into your awareness, and it's going to be very natural. You know, you need to start taking better care of your health. You're going to be more inclined to do so. The more you love you, the more it's just very organic in falling into alignment with positive relationships, good choices, healthy habits, all right? And so there's a strong message from your loved ones It's time to rewrite that subconscious mind of yours and know your worth and know your value. So sleep affirmations would be highly beneficial for you, Scorpio, about self-worth, self-love. There are a ton of them on YouTube. You could just listen. There's a lot of them that are 8 hours long. You just turn it on, you go to sleep, and your subconscious mind is absorbing all those beautiful positive messages about yourself while you sleep, and that's going to help you come into that process of deep self-love, knowing your worth, knowing your value, Scorpio. So important, because I feel like many of you have been settling for far less and putting up with way too much. So lovers, especially in relationships, romantic, friendship, familyship, in the workplace, you take on way too much and you don't get enough back, Scorpio. And I just have to say, because this is general, if you're the one who's taking, not being true, all of those things, that's what you've got to change, especially with those people who love you. And I just say that since this is general. Okay, 5 of Cups. Yeah, relationships in your life really bringing you a lot of sadness and heartache. Knight of Cups, it just doesn't end. Let's see what's next. 8 of Wands, beautiful. And Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so Scorpio, some of you, this could involve a Gemini, a fellow water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you have like 3 people showing up in this reading, so there are multiple connections in your life, Scorpio, that are not beneficial for you. And you know, sometimes you could be a good person, your friend or your romantic partner could be a good person, but you guys just somehow bring the worst out in each other and you're not good people together. All right, that could be the case for some of you. And again, you have to be honest with yourself and see people for who and what they are, and your intuition is always going to speak the truth to you because you are a Scorpio. All right, and it's time to heal and forgive the past. It's time to really assess certain connections in your life right now, because again, there's the new connection coming in, a very solid connection, somebody who is real, who is stable, who is grounded, who isn't interested in playing games. They're not somebody who's super emotional, so they're not going to be all moody and, you know, just all over the place across the map. And you're just going to feel like you gel, you really mold with this person. And I feel there's more than one connection coming in with this 8 of Wands. So Scorpio, for you guys, your loved ones are saying, let's shed the past, let's clean house, because man, oh man, you deserve so much better than what you've been choosing. And you know, if this isn't about relationships specifically, it's different habits or behaviors in your life that really need to change because it holds you back, or it could just come down to your belief system, very low thoughts of yourself that need to be healed and switched, because you deserve love, you deserve solid, supportive connections, Scorpio. And again, if you're the one who hasn't been there, is the one dropping the ball on others, this is a huge wake-up call, Scorpio, that, you know, it's time to change. It's time to value people. Even if you've been really, really hurt in the past, it's time to heal that heart. Ask your loved ones, ask your angels, ask your spirit guides to heal that heart so that you can become open and vulnerable and truly connect and not feel afraid and be in that mode of, I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. I'm going to screw this up before you can walk away from me. You know, because some of you, I do feel like that's the mode, is you've really been through a lot, so your energy is quite guarded, and you're ready to walk away at the drop of a hat, no matter what. So it's like very nervous energy, and it's time to address that if that's the case, okay? So let's pull some more cards. Joy, yes. See, this is where you're headed. It's time for joyful connections. It's time to be joyfully in love with yourself. It just exactly as you are, Scorpio. Nobody is perfect, okay? And, you know, if you do any research about social media and all the pictures on Instagram and Facebook, most of that stuff is photoshopped and fake and phony and also unrealistic. Those people don't even look like that themselves. And I just say that because there's studies that have been done, you know, that men and women who are looking at, you know, all these Instagram models all day long tend to start getting low self-esteem about who and what they are because I don't look like that. Well, most of those Instagram models don't even look like that, okay? And most people that you know, just average people, they Photoshop the crap out of their pictures or slap a filter on every single one. So don't look at other people's pictures and feel less. And never look at somebody's social media and think their life is so beautiful and amazing because it's not. Again, look at the studies. Okay, look at the studies around social media. It's actually kind of frightening, and how many relationships get messed up, and how many people are depressed and feel less than because their life doesn't look as fabulous as, you know, all these other people's lives, and they don't feel that they're as attractive as all these other people. So Scorpio, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Most of what you see on social media is fake and phony and not real and not the truth. And you are made perfect with every flaw, with every mistake you have ever made, okay? You are made perfect through your imperfection. And the more you accept that and the more you embrace that, that's all you need. Have you ever noticed that, you know, people who have a lot of love interests around them aren't always these super attractive people? It's something about their energy, their charisma, and it just pulls people in. That's all it takes. It's energy. It's not about your face, your body, your bank account, where you live, the job you hold, okay? It's about your energy. And it's time to love you, and it's time to not accept relationships that don't honor you, and it's time to work on the belief system of how you truly perceive and view and feel about yourself. You deserve so much more than what you've been accepting, Scorpio. And some of you, if this is your own behavioral patterns that have to be changed, it's time, because you're going to come into a lot of joy by doing so. Look at this. Potential. Yes, Scorpio, there is a lot of potential in you, and just work on your belief of yourself, and that's really going to shift your energy and the way that you interact with others. And next out, we have gratitude. This is telling you to focus on what's good about you, about others, about your life. Focus there more than on the negative. And again, if you are aligned to relationships or situations where you can't really find a whole lot of positive, and you feel that you're more angry, frustrated, and in a negative vibration with that person or that situation more than positive, Scorpio, that's your sign that you've got to get out, that it's pulling your vibration down, that it's ruining your potential for happiness, okay? So it's time to focus on all the good in your life, as well as about yourself, and the people and situations where you find that nearly impossible. That's a sign that you've got to pull back and really reassess that situation and see, oops, sorry about that, see if it's worthy to stay in your life. So let's pull some more personal messages from your loved ones. We will be together again. So your loved one letting you know they may potentially reincarnate through another person, like another family member having a baby, or a close friend of yours having a baby. So this loved one may be, reincarnating again through this lifetime before you transition, or this is just letting you know that you guys have other lifetimes to come. And that's why don't have any sadness, don't have any fear, we will be together again, all right? So let's pull another personal message. Birds are messengers we use to connect with you. Oh, that's so beautiful. So when you're out in nature and you see a bird paying special attention to you, or a certain bird just really catches your eye, that's your loved one moving through that animal avatar, letting you know that they are near and that you are not alone, and they are trying to help you with these relationship issues, as well as believing in yourself and loving yourself much, much more than you have been. Okay, so let's pull some advice. Fragrant are the flowers that bloom when you smile and let go. Yes, focus on the positive, focus on what you want, focus on loving yourself, focus on healing and forgiveness, and watch what happens, Scorpio. Next is let go of yesterday, as what you do right now is more important. See, the past is the past, and you at any moment can decide to change and become something new, and the time is now. You deserve so much, Scorpio. You absolutely do. Your loved ones want you to know that. Big, strong message all the way through. There is new connections coming in for you that you can count on, Scorpio. So don't be afraid to let go of what's toxic and what hurts you, because that's making the way and the room for what loves you and honors you to come in. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending each and every one of you lots of love and light. Take care.